Hi, good evening. We'll start the session now. Last session, I explained about the course curriculum. What are the topics we are going to discuss? Now, today, in that, the first topic which we have introduction to automation testing. So, in this, what are the concepts I will go and explain? Means, what is software testing? Types of software testing, like what is the manual testing? What is an automation test? Advantages, disadvantages of the manual and automation testing. After that, how to decide which projects we can go for the automation testing. The project selection criteria for automation testing. How to decide what kind of projects we can go for automation testing. Then
Hello.
then automation tool selection criteria. How to decide what kind of tool we can go for the automation testing. The automation tool selection criteria. After that, automation testing team activities in a real time. What are the activities the team is going to perform as a manager, as a lead automation architect? What are the activities they will go to perform? Then scenarios which are preferred automation testing. If you observe these points, even though you are the manual tester, when you say some basic idea I have in automation testing, these are the questions where definitely they are going to ask you. So this is a common thing. We have to know it is before going to start the automation testing. Right. If I go for the software testing, how we can define technically, we can say it is a combination of verification and validation. It is a combination of verification and validation. Software testing is a combination of verification and validation. Generally, the verification validation where we are going to take means from the V model. Before going to the coding, whatever testing activities are going to be done, that comes under verification. After coding, what are the testing activities are going to perform? Those are comes under validation activities, right? The verification and validation. So what is that? Verification is a process to check. Verification is a process to check. Are we developing the system right or not? Are we developing the system right or not? We are in the right way or not to develop the right product. Verification. After coding, we do validation. Whichever you implemented, are we developed? Are we developed right system or not? For that, we can go for the validation. When you go for software testing, main intention of software testing is to identify the defects. When those are resolved, then software quality improves. Objective of software testing is to identify hidden defects in developed software. When those are resolved, then software quality improves. Object of software testing is to identify hidden defects. But who is responsible to solve the defects? Developers, not by you. Okay. So as a test engineer, we are the responsible to identify the defects, hidden defects, which are not identified by developers. That is hidden defect, I said. Now, in general, in general, organization follows two types of approaches. Validate application. I can give the heading like this here. Types of software testing, right? In general, organization follows two types of approaches to validate applications. What are those? You know very well. One is called manual testing. The second one, we can say automation testing. One is manual testing. The second one is called automation testing. What is this manual testing? How we can define it is manual testing. See how we can define this kind of manual testing. Look at this diagram. Mhm. Okay. If I go for the Gmail application, I want to test the next to button here in Gmail application where I want to test the next to button. When I want to test the next to button without using any automation tool, directly by operating this application, I'm going to observe that how this next button is going to respond. So that is nothing but where we are going to call manual testing. Understand? Without using any automation tool, without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operations. is called manual testing. So that means my here so this is the edit box. This is the next button I want to test. This is my AUT which I want to test. Application under test. So what is my scenario here to test here? The scenario is verify next button. I want to verify next button. Okay. Now, as a tester, what I can do without using any automation tool, tester means test is good. Test engineer, I want to put test engineering image. Okay. Any other images? Okay. I didn't find the great image here. What I'm looking for. Okay. I can draw better one. Now, as a test engineer, what we can do without using any automation tool, this test engineer directly can interact with application to verify the actual behavior while performing operations. Directly, he is going to operate. While operating application, he try to observe that how application is going to respond as a test engineer. But here, how he want to test? Some procedure required. For that, he is going to prepare the test cases. With help of this test cases, he is going to test this next button. In this test cases, what is there? How you want to test the next button? Those steps are going to be written in the tabular format. Okay, those steps are written in the tabular format. That is the manual testing we are going to call. Understand? Without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operations. It's called manual testing. But when I go for the manual testing, uh, manual testing, we prepare, we prepare test cases, and mm, those are used to validate application. Sir, what is this test case? Already you have some manual experience. Just I'm going to say briefly test case describes validation procedure of a specific requirement in application. The tabular format, step-by-step procedure, we are going to write how do you want to test the next button in application. That is a test case. Test case describes validation procedure of a specific requirement in an application. Okay. Now the question is here, if I go for this kind of manual testing, is there any advantage? Definitely we have advantages of manual testing. If I go for manual testing, what are the advantages are there? The first thing is simple, easy to perform for small projects, and also less cost because no need to buy any tool for testing, right? The advantage we have when I go for the manual testing. So, is there any disadvantage? Definitely disadvantages. What are the major disadvantages when I go for manual testing? One is time consuming. So, inconsistency, inconsistency, lack of reliability. So, these are the disadvantages we have when you go for the manual testing. Time consuming, definitely more time it's going to take. Suppose here, if I want to test the next button, how do you test it is you will have some procedure. As per the procedure, we can go for testing step by step. Suppose example, simple example I will going to give. I have the login salesforce.com application. So assume that this is the portion they given for us. This is the portion they given. In this portion, my client expecting number of links are 10. If I want to say test is pass or fail, what we can do? Directly we can count it is how many links are there is 1, 2, 3. How many my client expecting? It is also as a link we are going to try for free. So 3 links. How many my client is asking that 10. So not matching. So fail. This is what manual testing, right? You are not going to use any other software. Directly you count, you operate, you observe behavior. Then say the test is pass or fail. This is what the manual testing. But what are the disadvantages? First one is time consuming. Okay. That means my client is this time asking not the login Salesforce. They may asking the question to me to find the number of links in the Reddit mail application where 300 expected links. Definitely, it will take a lot of time to me to count it is. Or if I go for the yahoo.com, here also I want to check 300 links are there or not. In this page also, lot of time it's going to there. Hundreds of links are there. This is a major disadvantage. Time consuming. Inconsistency. Due to repetition of the task, same application, when we are going to again and again testing, as we have like a regression testing activity, right? So again and again, when you go for testing the same features in application, you may not going to focus 100%. Lack of concentration will cause the inconsistency while testing it is. Lack of reliability is there is a possibility of the human mistakes while testing the software. You written something in the test case, when you are typing, you may commit the mistakes. Problem it is like that. These are the disadvantages we have when you go for the manual testing. So then, if I go for the automation testing, automation testing. So how we can define the automation testing? Generally, if you observe that any task or activity performed with help of tool or programs is called automation. I'm not talking about the automation testing. You had observed it is. What I'm saying that what is the meaning of automation? The any task or activity you performed with help of the tool or programs is called automation. What is that, sir? Simple example, using calculator, the tool, right, to perform arithmetic operations. Is an example for automation. Suppose if you use a lift to reach third floor, automation. If you stays manual, right? Such a way. Now, if I go for testing the application here, instead of going to use like this, I don't want to use. What I will do here. Hmm, okay. I'm drawing, that is sufficient. No need to draw yourself. Okay. Now, what I do here, I will going to use the some software, nothing but a tool. It can be Selenium or QTP. Now it's called EFT. Selenium, QTP. Long back, I explained the QTP. Almost 6 years back, stopped for teaching QTP. Still, today I got the one call from one of my student who is working in QTP. There's a urgent requirement for the QTP, said it is urgent requirement, sir. So 2 years, 3 years means company is going to pay the around 13 to 14K salary. Company is going to pay for QTP urgent requirement. So professors are not finding here. If you have any old students, so can you refer them? He said it is. So Pune location it is. Okay. So very less opportunity, but sometimes like that the tool is going to work from home means, so I can train the students, can they can manage it. As I said, sir, the project is not given to the work from home is not there, because once they're using QTP means that there should be high secure project, then only they go for the QTP. Otherwise, they are going to prefer the Selenium. So high secure projects, they will prefer the QTP. So work not work from home, office only 5 days. So you have to work in the office only. Okay. Now, if I go for the automation testing here, no, if I go for Selenium like this here, what we have to do as a tester, in place of test cases, we have to develop the automation test script. Sir, what is this automation test script? I will tell you. What is test case? I said test case describe the validation procedure. Right. Test case describe the validation procedure. Okay. Now, what we have to do, test case, which language we are going to write? No? Anyone can write in the chat box. So which language we are going to use write test cases? German language. Not no. Test cases, manual testing purpose. Manual testing test cases, which language? In English only, right? Yes. English only we are going to use that, plain English only. That means our understandable language. English only they are going to write. But same English I written the Selenium. Selenium doesn't know the English. And the Chinese person is there. If you talk with the Telugu, will he understand? No, no. Then what we have to do, you want to use the Chinese person. So for your instruction to work means, you need to give the instruction his understandable language. Yes or no? Same way, is this Selenium, suppose you are using, you have to go for the Java, or you have to go for the C sharp, or you can go for the Python, or you can go for the Ruby, or you can go for the JavaScript. Java is different. JavaScript is different. Remember it is. Java is programming language. JavaScript is scripting language it is. Okay, either one of this language you can use it is. If you written, your Selenium able to understood it is, and based on that, when you execute your script here, this tool will go to the application, observe the behavior, then tool is going to provide the test result. That is called automation testing. In simple ma here, automating human activities in order to validate application. Automating human activities in order to validate application is called automation testing. So that means my here in simple we can say during the test cases execution time, whatever activities we do, that is the activity we are going to automate. That is called automation testing. Test execution time, what we do, operating application, observe the actual behavior, providing the status for the steps. These activities where we are going to call automation testing. Right, clear. Let me show it is. Oh, required script is not there. Just I want to show to you how the automation testing are able to follow my students who are there in the class. Little bit sleepy time, right? Afternoon, snap time it is, right? Oh, already 5 is there. But concentrate. More openings are coming. Some modification done. Let me show the example which are looking. Now see my here. I want to check it is number of links in this yahoo.com page. 300 links are there. I want to check it is. Okay. So I want to go for manual. Definitely it will take the more time for us. Now, if I go for the automation here, the automation testing and using Selenium. See what is saying the test failed. Actual number of links are 360. How much time it taken it is. That is what important. See, once again, observe my. I am going to run it is. It will going to open the browser, navigate the URL, maximize the browser window. Okay, maximize the browser window. Then output is given to you in a less than I closed it is sorry before completion task page before loading I closed it is. Let me know once again. Okay. Opened, maximized, so the remains are loaded. Okay, now it's complete. So less than 2 minutes of time, my testing is over. This is what the advantage of the manual testing, sir, automation testing or the manual testing. Same thing, if you want to do the manual testing, how much time required for us? So minimum, so 3 hours required minimum at least. Still, there is no guarantee are able to find all the links in the page correctly or not. Okay, so like that. Now, if I go for this kind of automation testing, so automating human activities in order to validate applications called automation testing. Sir, what are the different possible ways are there to do the automation testing? What are the different possible ways to do automation testing? Automation testing can be performed using following options. So what are those? There's a possibility. No? Directly we can go for the programming language like C sharp. Directly they can use to do automation testing, or they can go for the scripting languages like parallel script can be preferred to do the automation testing, or they can go for the so any one of the third party automation tools like Selenium, QTP, now it is called EFT, Tosca, Test Suite. So test complete, etc. Okay. Either one of the tool also we can majority of the companies if they want to do the automation testing, usually they are going to prefer the tools instead of going directly. But there is a possibility they can do automation testing using directly programming languages or scripting languages. Okay. Now, sir, what are the advantages we have? Advantage of automation testing. But okay, one more point I will add here. Manual testing, I said it is we have to prepare the test cases. For automation testing, we need to develop what automation test script. Automation test script. For automation testing, we need to develop the automation test script. Automation. So test script. Example, example. If I'm using the QTP or EFT, means we have to develop the, so VB script are going to use to develop the automation test script. If we're using Tosca, TQL, Tosca query language, like SQL here, Tosca query language it is. If I go for Selenium, we have the multiple options to develop the automation test script. So what are the multiple options are there? You can use Java, or we can go for the Python, or we can go for the C sharp, or you can go for the Ruby, or you can go for the JavaScript. Earlier, it is supported parallel script. Now it is removed. It is not provided. Now in place of parallel script, they given the JavaScript. So any one language you can use to develop the automation test script. To develop the automation test script. The name like this. Then advantage of the automation test script. Can anyone write in the chat box? I showed something also to you, automation testing. What are the advantages of the automation testing? Do you feel? Hmm, less time, yes. So definitely fast in execution. By default, what are the disadvantages are there? Those to overcome only, we go for the better option, automation, right? Yes. More consistency, yes. I said manual testing time, Salman, low cost it is, less cost for manual testing. More reliable. We can avoid the human mistakes. Apart that, any other advantages anyone can tell? Yes. The other advantages are automation test scripts are reusable. That means one time you develop the automation test script. One time use the efforts to develop the automation test scripts. Then this automation test script we can able to execute on different versions of the application. You will build no need to develop the automation test script. Once you develop here, same script we can able to reuse on different versions of the application. That is the reusability. Understand? And also same script you can able to execute. We can able to execute n number of times. Automation scripts are repeatable. You can execute 100 times. I want to test the login functionality by using the 100 set of user ID password values. No need to go for the 100 times to write the same script. You can take, so you can give the loop like for loop and take the values from the Excel sheet. So run it is. It will go on to execute it is. Like I want to go for the periodical executions. No, I am going to get the every day at midnight 12 o'clock. Developers are going to apply the build every day. Now I want to go for the execution. You can set it is using Jenkins. So every day at the 12:15, I want to execute my automation scripts. It will go for execution. It is. So the advantages are there when you go for the automation testing. Understand? Or the manual. So is there any disadvantages when I go for the automation testing? Disadvantages everywhere is there, but here the first disadvantage is tools are expensive. Sir, when you talk about the QTP, it is a commercial tool. If you want to use it, is you need to buy the license for that. One seat license, 1.5 lakhs it is. One computer seat license is going to be 1.5 lakhs. You have to buy it is. In American market also, 7 years back, the HP came, all the institutes they given the fine who are teaching the QTP training without buying the license with trial versions. All the institutes, minimum 2 lakhs to up to 7 lakhs, they had a fine it is. Every institute. Okay, that is one of the things that happened before the so incident is happened. Market down. The first thing is happened for the institute, training institutes. So HP team came and every institute they almost 2 to 7 lakhs package. Fine they given it is. Okay. So that is the two sides for training or uses. You have to, so you are using for commercial means you have to buy the licenses. There's a policy there. Tools are expensive. Sorry, I don't want to go for Selenium. Don't want to go for the QTP. I go for Selenium. Yes, no. Yes, Selenium no need to buy. Agree, but to use such a tools, skilled automation test engineers are required. If someone is going to ask me to teach QTP, hardly I can take the 3 4 classes, 3 4 days I can complete the QTP training. But when I go for Selenium, I will going to say that not possible, not possible for the Selenium because it is not the one setup to go for the installation. It is if I want to go for the Selenium, suppose QTP, I want to show. See, there's simple setup file is there. If you double click, it's going to install to me in my system. EFT, commercial tool. Trial version I can able to install. But coming to the Selenium, it is not like that. It is not like a ready-made. One file download, you can install it is. Okay. Selenium means different files, different resources we have to download. All together we have to integrate to use our project, our Selenium for automation testing. Skilled automation tester, you know it is which versions you have to use, from where to download. These things you have to know it is. Throughout the course also, we are going to like that only. It's not one-time setup. The skilled automation testings are required. And some more thing here, some of them technologies are environments are not possible to automate. Example, if you want to read captcha, so like this you have you want to read the captcha here. That is not possible if I go for the I want to read the captcha from here. This is not possible to read the captcha. There's a color of object identification, handling, security pop-ups. So handling security pop-ups, you may observe some applications, which applications are going to use more frequently. So logs, high security financial applications. So one pop-up we are going to get that pop-up window we have the some images. They will ask you try to select the where the traffic lights are there. Try to select the where the mountains are there. This type of task also not possible to do the automation testing. Or OTP are going to get that also I want to automate means not possible. Okay. So the what is manual testing? What is an automation testing? Advantages and disadvantages of the automation testing. Okay. Then, sir, I uploaded resume, but I'm not getting the calls. I uploaded resume 1 month back, but still I'm not getting the calls. So why you may not going to get the calls means this is the major reason. You don't know for which projects you want to show, you need to show the automation testing. You shown one automation testing for the healthcare domain project. Definitely you won't get a call it is because company knows that that kind of project we never go for the automation testing, right? For what kind of projects we have to go for the automation testing? That's what we are going to discuss here. The project selection criteria for automation testing. Project selection criteria for automation testing. Generally, it is responsibility of test manager. You're not the person supposed to decide. I go for automation testing. I know the tool. I can use automation. You can't decide. It is your test manager is responsible. So, what are the major factors are going to be analyzed? Are the major factors analyzed to select project for automation testing? The first thing they have to see the size of the project. Again, don't misunderstand. The size of the project means more users are using, then it is considered size of the project. More users means load it is, not the size deciding. So more users means load. How many users are using? That is the load, not the. It is not deciding factor for the size. Size means here how many functionalities are there in the application, number of functionalities in application. Understand me? Number of functional application, the size of the project. So as per the in my previous company, Infosys company point of view, the minimum project should have the 100 pages. Simple, more than 100 pages. Then only we think about the automation testing. Otherwise, no need to think about the automation test. Simple logic. The project should have the more than 100 pages. Then you go for whether automation required or not for that. Otherwise, so no need to consider automation. The size of the project, number of functionalities availability. We can say function point analysis. Function point analysis. More resource required to test the project. When I go for the manual testing, it is asking the more testers are required to test the project. Then in my application, we have the scenarios which are going to take the more time consuming factors. So more time taking scenarios in a project. More time taking scenarios in a project. Then we're expecting multiple releases. Are expecting. That means why is a multiple releases testing? What is it? Every release testing is required. Again and again, you want to go for testing, more resource required. If instead of automation, if you go, one time you develop the automation tester script, same script you can execute. Less time it going to takes. And however, whichever application we are going to the testing, the application environment also, your application environment also should support to do the automation testing, right? Application environment should support to perform automation testing. Finally, client also should accept terms of budget. So these are the factors are going to be analyzed. Based on that, they will decide whether this project is suitable or not to go for automation testing. Client also should accept in terms of budget, right? But these are the factors are going to be considered. Okay. So next we have the tools which I have to go for this. So these are the topics we covered. As I said that first two topics are theoretical orientation. One is introduction to automation testing. Second one is introduction to the Selenium. The rest of the classes are practical orientation only. Until all the frameworks also, it's a practical orientation. It's not theoretical orientation. Okay. So tomorrow we'll continue the session. So is there any doubt? Let me know it is before going to end the session. Suman, Suresh, Sushma. Oh, all the names, majority of the names starting with S only, this match. Okay, Salman, Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Yeah, any doubts, Suma?
Sir, in this Selenium class, would you provide the live project or not?
On project, entire project, we can't go for the testing on tool. So on projects only, we are going to do the scenarios, scripts development.
Okay, means you will take one application and then you will automate that, right?
In that project, different kind of scenarios, I will show that automatic.
But there will be no separate live project you will do, right?
Not only means there is no live project, complete live project training on the automation testing you join.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
No
But
problem.
because you need scenarios how we can able to do the automation that only will be possible to cover.
Right,
So
right.
that two different kind of projects, different kind of scenarios I need to explain. Because I want to go for the alerts I want to show. Maybe some projects may not have the type of pop-ups. Depends on the scenario exam concept, different kind of application. I will show that how we can do automate. But you want to do the practice, I will show some application you can able to practice it is. In the class also, I will go and take some scenarios on the project. As an assignment, I will give some scenarios for the project it is. Right. Right. And Salman, any doubts? No?
No, sir. Actually, I just want to ask, do we have the Java in this?
Yes, Java also will be covered. Core Java concepts will be covered to you.
Okay.
Hmm. So
It is more enough for the Selenium automation testing.
more enough means I didn't get you, Vishnu, what you are asking.
as you said that Java core concepts we are going to cover in this session.
Mm.
So it is more enough for the Selenium automation testing.
Core
What about
Java
the
means
core?
as an automation tester, whatever Java concept required to you, that will be covered. So the maximum sufficient to you. So no need to go for the advanced Java to developer level. That extent is not required.
Okay, actually, I am an UiPath developer. Now I am planning to convert into Selenium automation testing.
Which technology are working?
I am
Developer.
working as UiPath RPA developer.
AI path. Okay, okay.
So now I'm planning to convert my field into automation testing, the Selenium automation testing.
Mm. Okay, fine. More opportunity we have when you go for Selenium automation.
Like I need to know like how is the market outside, like we are getting calls or not, like it is we are getting opportunities or not.
Where do you stay? India, outside India?
I am from India only.
So now you know that market is started already. Last month is this month first week, last January last week, our companies are conducting more interviews. And we may heard about it, right?
Yes, I heard you.
Hmm.
And like this Selenium automation testing will have it's a limited lifespan, or else it's having like more time.
Interesting question it is. See, I given the training on Windows tool, my beginning career. Then I went into the EFT. Almost 10 to 12 years I given on the 10 years I given on the EFT. Then Selenium. So right now Selenium market is there. So I can say that another 5 years guarantee for the Selenium market. But beyond that limit, I can't expect which tool is going to rule the market. Still, my favorite tool is QTP, but I can't go for the QTP to take the classes. So market demand, we need to update it is. But testing tool automation will be there in the market.
Yes. That's what why, because I had learned this UiPath just 3 years back, 3 to 4 years back. Then only now the UiPath market was very down outside.
Yes, yes.
And
See,
whatever the
that is
RPA tools are.
that is the difference. Tester developer. Developer is a technology dependent. Tester is technology independent. In any technology application, testers are required automation. Our Selenium tool also technology independent. That means web application internally they can write in any language, doesn't matter. So business layer, if front end is HTML, it is able to do the automation testing.
If we have zero knowledge on Java, then we can able to handle, like we can manage this Selenium automation testing role.
So to start the learning Selenium, no need of any Java knowledge. But while learning, simultaneously, whatever the concepts I explained, you have to learn and you have to practice it. That is important. So practice is more important than listening the class for my sessions. So I will give the Java will be covered. You don't have any knowledge. Still, you need to practice everyday examples. You need to practice it.
Okay, sure.
Sir, what will be the duration, sir? How many days it will require?
So 35 days I will take the classes.
So do we get recording also like for the practice?
Yes, recording sessions and class notes both will be shared to you. Once the registration done, they are going to provide to you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Uh, any other doubt? No? Okay then. Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.
And
Thank you, sir.
Chapan.
one thing, like this, we can install this Selenium tool in our laptops.
Yes, which laptop do you have? Which OS do you have? No?
It is Windows 11 only.
Windows or Mac I'm asking. Okay. Windows, Mac also we can able to install this. But Windows any tool, I will going to guide you. The 2 sessions are completed. What are the how to where to download, how to configure, how to create the Selenium environment in our system. I will going to guide you in the class.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. Any doubts are there? Let me know it in the chat box. They given the message to you, phone number. Please contact them. They're going to give the assistance to you. Any doubts are there? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.